In order to deepen our understanding of the adjustment brush, let's take a look at how we can use this brush when working with color. Let's take a look at a couple of different scenarios. We'll be working with this file here that was captured by a good friend of mine, Michael Costa. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the image. And let's say that what I want to do is I want to work on the eye makeup color. Well, here's what we could do. Go ahead and press the K key or click on the tool in the tool strip, which is the adjustment brush. Next, if we have any settings dialed in here in regards to our effect, you can hold down the Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC, which will change the effect to a reset button. Go ahead and click that. It'll bring all of our sliders back to normal. All right, well, here what I actually want to do is add a little bit of color. So this is the best way to do it. Typically, you need to desaturate a little bit. Then, from the color picker, what I'm interested in doing is I'm interested in sampling a color from the image. And here you can see that I've clicked outside of this particular color picker. The way that I've done that is on a Mac, you hold down the Command key. On a PC, you hold down the Control key. And then you hover outside of this, and here you can see I can sample a color and then let go, and it will remember that particular color. Well, here I can then tweak this one way or another as I see fit. All right, well, I'll close the color. Next, what I want to do is turn Auto Mask off. I'm going to bring my flow down. And I'm going to bring my brush size down as well. And what I'm interested in doing is just painting along this area where I have this eye color already, and I want to bring this out a little bit more. So I'm painting back and forth across this area, slowly building up this new color effect onto the eye. If we click on the flip switch, here's our before and then after. Subtle yet significant. Yet in order for you to be able to see this a little more, I'll increase my flow so that we have a little bit more of a drastic or significant adjustment there. And I'll go ahead and paint on the top of this other eyelid as well so that you can see how it works on this side too. So flipping this toggle switch here, here's our before and then after. Essentially what we've done is we've extended this area of the makeup. All right, well, what about those scenarios where you may want to do something different? Let's say change color. Let's go to a 2:1 view here. So we are really close in on this image. And what I want to do is create a new adjustment. There are a couple of ways we can do this. One technique that you can use is to simply click New. My preferred technique, though, is to press K once to exit out of the tool, and then to press K a second time to re-enter into the tool. And what I'm going to do here is this time I'm going to choose a negative saturation of 100 all the way down. Next, I'll select a color, hold down the Command key on a Mac, Control key on a PC. I'm going to sample a nice color from the image there, and then I might even deepen this even further, and then close that. Here what I'm interested in doing is changing the color, this area of the makeup. And the nice thing about this is completely non-destructive. So if I make my way through this adjustment and zoom out a bit and say, you know what, I don't really like that, no big deal. Hit the delete key, it's gone. Let's zoom back in. Let's say that rather than doing that, we would like to work on the eyelid here. So again, you can see that I'm subtly bringing in a little bit of a different color, tying it into a color that we've seen in our photograph already, which is the color in the lips. And I'll go ahead and paint on this eyelid as well. Now the trick with replacing color really is reducing the saturation all the way. If I don't reduce that all the way, you can see it's a much more subtle color. Now sometimes that can look good, like in this case that subtle color might be fine, but in other situations if you really want to remove the color, what you're going to need to do is to reduce the saturation all the way. Now, of course, whenever you make these adjustments, don't neglect to work on some of the other sliders as well, like a little bit of brightness, maybe a little bit of contrast as well would look nice with this photograph. Okay, well, let's take a look at the before and after. To do so, I want to hide those edit pins, so I'll press the H key. Next, I'll click on the flip switch here. Here's my before and then after. We have now successfully modified and changed a few of the colors in this photograph.